It's a warm welcome back to Radcliffe Radio for Matchday 41, where the Borough have made the 340-mile round trip to Oxfordshire, looking to take an all-important step forward towards safety once again in what many have described as a six-pointer. Well, Oxford City, their hosts for today, enter the match in their finest form of the season and are 4 games undefeated. Radcliffe enter the game fresh off 2 narrow losses. Just about try and squirm away possession, but it's actually broke back to Parker, and then Parker to the 14, who just strikes it, sets it back actually to, I think it's the 7 in Lewis Coyle, who just narrowly fires wide.
Yeah, just it opened up a little bit for him, not really too much pressure from ourselves in yellow, and he's let rip on his right foot, and I think it looked like it was always going wide, but
it'll be Coyle that will take, delivered in, punched away by Hewelt, but not completely away. Then Riley heads it on, but only into the path of McEachran, and then back out to Coyle, who delivers it in for a second attempt. Headed away by Smith, but reaches Carroll, who strikes it straight down the barrel of Matt Hewelt, who stood up to the challenge well and dealt with the pressure.
Initially wasn't too comfortable, was it? He had bodies in between him and the ball, kind of flapped at it, and just patted it down.
Changes it out to Ashby, and then Croker once more. Croker to Carroll. He'll just clear away, won't take any chances with this one. And Carbon will get there ahead of Maynard. Maynard in the end pokes it away ahead of his man, and now Duxbury can bring forward possession for the Borough. Plays it forward for Hume, flicks it out to this left-hand side for Greenfield, who collects it ahead of the boundary line, delivers the ball in. It's not a bad looking one. Sargent's underneath that one, but he rises a little bit too high for that one, and in the end it's a long way wide.
I think it was a bit too tall for him, but if he gets a shot from Walker there and behind him, I think it's more inviting, because I think he would have gone over his head, over the Sargent's marker, and Walker would have been able to bring that one down, possibly have an opportunity himself. So
side really conjuring up a chance of note.
Well, Coyle had that one for the edge of the box for the hoops, didn't he? That's probably about it, really.
Yeah, I'd say it was more so a half chance, wasn't it? Because it always felt that it was going wide. But
nothing clear cut as yet. Radcliffe had it nicked away, and the Radcliffe finds Drew.
Yeah, he could be through on goal here, and he's going to strike it. Great save by Matt Hewelt. As we said that, there was no chances of note. Well, Matt Hewelt was forced into a fantastic save after a very inviting pass forward from McEachran was met by Drew, and then Drew fired it in towards this left-hand corner, but well palmed away by Matt Hewelt. Right wing backs, and Croker, Carroll and Ezenolim as the 3 centre halves. They go long, headed away by Duxbury, and then picked up by Parker, who's dispossessed by Greenfield, but then the second ball is collected by Drew. Drew out to McEachran, who takes a nice step inside to afford himself a little bit of space. Parker just leaves the ball behind him, but adjusts well and now finds Scott. He'll take a strike off from goal. Parried away and parried behind for a corner kick by Matt Hewelt.
You would have seen that one late. There was a few bodies in between the strike on goal from Scott there, and Hewelt to be seen it, and
I think it's a safe height for Hewelt, isn't it?
I think that's the saving grace. It's gone towards the near post, so I think the referee's noted it as he saw it in passing, but Radcliffe have got it back anyway.
Yeah, play still allowed to continue with Walker. Walker plays it across his left-hand side where Glendon crosses into the hoops half. He's got Duxbury on the overlap, but he'll go infield into the penalty area for Greenfield. Cross-scrum shot, which is tipped behind by Laurie Walker. He was retreating back towards his line. It was certainly asking a question or two.
Yeah, I think Green's gone for the cross there, but it's just one of them. It's just kind of stood up and ended up going. I think if Walker doesn't tip over his back, he's going to go into the hoops goal, but just
it's clipped hopefully forward, isn't it, more so than towards goal. Yeah. Now at the feet of Drew, who can drive forward. He's got Parker on the overlap, who he opts to use now. Parker returns it back to Drew, clips out a cross, cleared away though by Jackson.
Up to anything, no from Riley at the second time.
What a touch that is by Sargent though, it's beautiful. And then plays it to the feet of Jackson, and then Jackson to Walker, who shrugs off one challenge, still coming forward to Greenfield, who's just inside the penalty area now, strikes. It's a great save by Walker. First time he's really been forced into any form of saves. Now at the feet of Parker, who's trying to shrug off the challenge from Duxbury, and I think there might be a yellow card from the earlier infringement.
Again, I'd be surprised if he doesn't go for it, but to me it looks like he's forgotten about it.
Now at the feet of McEachran, and then Ashby just inside the Borough half. Tries to thread it forward towards Carbon, but nice little step from Maynard. Breaks up possession for Radcliffe. Walker quickly surrounded by McEachran and breaks back to Ashby. Ashby to Coyle. Coyle to Ezanolim, who steps past Walker and steps into the Radcliffe half and finds Parker. Parker plays it infield for McEachran. Oh, strike it! Oh, moving all sorts of ways, but in the end it's comfortably over the top of Matt Hewell's goal, but it's certainly surged on a little bit the voice from the Oxford City faithful.
It's a good strike, wasn't it? Just as you said, in moving a bit in all directions. Questions of Matt Hewell, and it was marginally over, so it just stayed down for a minute. I think it's taken.
Almost gives me deja vu to Needham Market away. Oh, it's a loose touch ball, Maynard, and Parker strikes it off, but it's too close to Matt Hewell, who claims that one, but it was a good opening for the hoops.
I think it's one of them anywhere but there, really. That's what he's, and thankfully for ourselves, straight down the barrel of Matt Hewell, but
he knows he should have done better there, Parker, doesn't he? The vastly experienced man.
100%. Indeed. But see what Walker can provide from this set piece.
Sent in towards the mixer where it will be nodded on by Scott Duxbury across the face of goal. Just narrowly past the far post, but what an opportunity that was to take the lead.
Great ball in, wasn't it? It was inviting for someone at that back post, and you say Duxbury was there to gamble and headed it back across the face. No one in yellow was gambling back across.
The best opening in this second half so far, isn't it? In the opening
just over
6 minutes. That goal kick is well intervened and well defended by Radcliffe before Coyle gets underway with the resulting throw, in which is taken into the feet of McEachran. McEachran finds Scott. Scott out to the right-hand side for Drew. They work it nicely from left to right quickly. Maynard sticks out a toe and it falls to McEachran, who stabs it home despite the best efforts from Matt Hewell, and it's 1-0 to the host in this one.
That man's that McEachran. We mentioned him earlier on. He's been able to squirm that one under the outstretched arms of Matt Hewell and gives onto the old City. Scored by number 10, Zach McEachran.
Yeah, just disappointing, isn't it? More than anything, because we probably started the second half better between the two sides, but it is the host Oxford City that draw blood first. Despite the process from the dugout, it won't be sanctioned as a free kick. In the end, it will be a Radcliffe throw-in in the favour of Scott Duxbury to take on that left-hand side. Takes it long, but headed away by Drew. Then Maynard heads on. Ashby to Scott. Now to Croker, who's dispossessed by Radcliffe. Now Scott. Back to Carroll, who just clears away with distance, breaks towards Parker, who throws himself to the floor once more before Smith clips it out to this right-hand side now for Jackson, just outside the penalty area. Back to Greenfield now. He'll strike it, and it's not a long way wide in the end, but it's a great chance that for Radcliffe to draw the game level once more.
Similar to one of the choices that you had at Spinnymore, where he's on that kind of like corner side of the penalty area.
Bit of head tennis going on between the two parties before McEachran clears away over towards this right hand side, but Maynard will hook it on. Now it breaks for Carbon to McEachran just outside the penalty area. Now it opens up for Coyle in the penalty area, strikes. It's a great save by Matt Hewell.
Won't happen just yet.
Yeah, Walker will be able to clear away from the free kick, headed away by Maynard. Underneath that one is Croker. Now Carbon pulling Duxbury in all sorts of ways. It's not sanctioned that way, and now it breaks for Scott just outside the penalty area. Fires in an effort, but the final telling touch comes off a Radcliffe body, and it's a corner kick. So it's taken by Ezanolim towards Parker, who brings it into control just outside the penalty area. Now to McEachran over on this left-hand side to Parker, and then McEachran once more tries to thread it infield, but now at the feet of Carbon, who strikes it off the side netting, but there's a strong case for a free kick in the build-up, but wasn't acknowledged that way once again.
Looked like a stonewall to me, where he's gone through the back of
Baffling really, wasn't it? But here's Duxbury, clips it forward to Walker, who back heels in towards Hume, inside the penalty area now, looking to spin past his man, gets the shot, and Dudley, he just can't get on the end of that one, but the final telling touch does come off an Oxford City man.
Yeah, it was the Hume shot took a deflection, didn't it? Like I said before, if something tries to come up free spot, we had no one gambling. That time we had someone gambling, but
well seen off, wasn't it, in the end? Lewis Maynard eventually does break once more on this left-hand side for Lewis Coyle. Down the line for Sam Ashby. Josh Ashby, sorry. In the middle for McEachran, who strikes it. Well blocked though once more by Lewis Maynard, and Smith collects the second and clears away. Up towards Jordan Hume. Route 1 stuff, and the Radcliffe number 9 might manoeuvre his way forward. In the end, Ezenolin recovers well and finds Coyle once more on that left-hand side. Forward pass for Scott, who's well challenged by Josh Hancock, and now it breaks for Greenfield about 30 yards out from goal, strikes it, it's well parried away by Laurie Walker. Great opening that for Radcliffe and for Danny Greenfield once more.
Yeah, he opened up, he was inviting, he had to hit it, and did. Good save, but as the referee stops, his Ashby's on the floor, and it kills the momentum that Radcliffe are trying to build, and annoying that one really, but yeah, back to the chance. It was inviting for Greenfield, who took the opportunity to hit it,
particularly with the tall men.
It's all about the first contact, isn't it?
Yeah, they're crowding towards the front post anyway, aren't they, as Tom Walker does take it. Rick Smith underneath that one, and now it breaks to Dudley, who just heads it rather tamely down the barrel of Laurie Walker.
It's a difficult one to try and generate power and direction, really. Done the best he can do with it, maybe cause more issue, but wasn't able to do so.
Coyle to Fleet, and then Coyle once more on this left hand side, clips it forward towards Parker, but he'll leave it to run through to Ashby, who clips the ball in towards Parker once more, who's underneath it, but in the end misjudges the flight of the ball, and it's behind for a goal kick once more. But we enter in and drawing closer to the final 5 minutes, still remains out to Thornley. And on the left hand side, digs out another cross. This time it's a better looking one, but headed away by Ezenolin to Smith, who will dig out a cross himself. Headed away though by Scott. Smith's underneath the second ball, and then Greenfield helps it out to the right for Brad Jackson, who's going closer and closer towards that byline. Wasn't the cross? It's Hancock. It's saved by Laurie Walker. It's a fantastic save by Laurie Walker. Surely saved what looked like an inevitable goal.
He's just announced today's man of the match.
But here is Greenfield out to Rick Smith. Back to Greenfield. Smith to Maynard. Maynard forward for Walker, whose pass is intercepted by Scott, but reaches in at the second attempt. And now Thornley, midway inside the Oxford City half, sprays it out to that right hand side where Jackson's rounded Coyle at the first attempt, delivers the ball in towards that back post. It's a header that's met by the head of Sargent, but straight down the barrel of Laurie Walker once more. He's not really been forced into a save of great quality, bar probably that Josh Hancock opportunity.
And the Greenfield one earlier in the second half. They're probably the only two to memory.
Slightly over on this right hand side, but
Rock's floating in the
end he's going to float it in himself towards Smith. But the offside flag is up despite an effort coming in. Well, Smith is perplexed about that one, isn't he? And as are we. If we're honest.
In the end, it doesn't matter. The keeper made a fabulous save anyway to stop it from going in. So
Smith takes the throw in towards the penalty area now, towards Hancock. It's bouncing around in all sorts of ways in the penalty area now at the feet of Navarro, who strike it. Well blocked though by Carroll, and now it opens up for Greenfield, who clips it towards the back post. Dudley heads across. Carroll, Navarro! It's a great save once again by Laurie Walker, who's certainly probably been my man of the match in this one. A fantastic save. Forces it behind for a corner kick. I'm not sure how he's pulled that one off.
He just he won't stop for this corner, by the way.
It's going to be taken by Walker as their late drama in this one. Carroll heads away. Now at the feet of Navarro, who's going to strike it. It's handball!
It's handball!
It's handball!
Well, Radcliffe are absolutely perplexed about that one. It looked for all the world it was handball.
Clear as day handball. His hands are up here covering his face.
Frantic final score here at the Young Group Stadium.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm dumbfounded.
Radcliffe 0.